This video is designed to be like a little coaching video for you, and you can watch this while you're taking the final check-in. Just a little reminder of some important things that you've learned throughout Chapter 2. You've worked hard, you've done lots of things. I just want to show you a couple different strategies that I use that can help me find anything to convert a number percent to fraction to decimal and back and forth and either way. Okay? So, first of all, I have a sign over there that says, keep calm and do math. Just stay cool. It's all good. Think about some things, take a deep breath, do your best, see what you can do. Okay, my first chart is this one. I should be able to take any number, and if I have either in decimal form or percent form or fraction form, and be able to convert it to the other two. So on this chart right here, this first one, I have 32%. Now remember, if I want to make it a decimal, I have to go over 2 this way. 1, 2. Okay, so 0.32. There you go. So I just converted 32% to 0.32. Okay. The other way to do it is you put whatever percent you have over 100. So 32 over 100. And then I can divide 32 divided by 100 is going to give me this 0.32. Okay. I always go to the decimal first and then to the fraction. So, because I did this decimal, I have 0.32. Now if I want to take this to a fraction, I see what place this is, tenths, hundredths. So then I can get rid of that, put it over 100. Okay, 32 over 100. Now I just have to simplify it. I can cut it in half, that's 1650. I can take that 1650 and cut it in half to be 825. Okay? And I can't go there's no way to simplify it more than that. So 825. Okay? Now, if I have 2.06, I have my decimal, I can easily get the percent and the fraction. To get this thing, I have to go 1, 2, and then put it there. So it's going to be 206%. Because I go 1, 2, and then I put my thing there. Okay? But this one we got to keep as a decimal because it's in the decimal column. Now, I want to make this into a fraction. Okay? I could put 206 over 100 and then simplify it that way. I could also, I know I have 2 whole numbers, so it's going to be 2 and whatever this is. Okay? And I see that we're in the hundredths place, so it's 6 hundredths. 2 and 6 hundredths. And if you just say this, you get it. 2 and 6 hundredths. Now I can simplify this to be 350. Don't forget the 2. And there's my fraction. 2 and 3/50. Okay? Now, this one. 2 over 25. I have the fraction. The first thing I do is I'm going to take it from a fraction to a decimal. And you are able to use your calculators on this. And when I have a fraction, I like to just use my calculator, put it into a fraction. Or put it into a decimal, I'm sorry. 2 divided by 25 equals 0.08. 0.08, okay? So I got it there. Now, I can easily go this way. 1, 2, which is 8%. Okay? 8% is 0.08. It's 2/25. Take them back and forth. Now, no matter what it's asking for, I like to fill in this chart. If it gives me the percent and it says what's a fraction, I could go right there. I always fill in the whole chart. Actually, I love decimals because they're easy to compare, they're easy to order. I don't know, they're just seems to be easier for me. You need to find what works for you and use that. Okay. By moving the decimal over like this, 8 over 100. Okay? So this is 8 over 100. So basically, whenever you have a percent, you're dividing that number. Oops, you're dividing it by 100 to get that. Okay? And if I divide it by 100 this way, to go back this way, I times it by 100. Okay? So that's a little thing. I haven't talked a ton about that, but basically what you're doing is 8 divided by 100, 206 divided by 100, 32 divided by 100. You put it over 100, then you do the division, and you get the decimal. A decimal, 32 times 100, or move it over 2, and you'll get your percent. Okay? All right, so that's just a little bit. I love the chart, decimal, percent, fraction. Use it, might help you. Okay, let's go over to another chart that I like. This chart, let's see, 6 minutes. Okay, this chart. A little too far here. Okay. Is where you have two of the things, and you need to know the third. You might have like, what is 25% of 80? Okay, these are my totals. This is my big. This is all that I have. I have 80 of something. I have 100 of something. I have 50 of something. I have the total. This is percent. What part of it? What part do I have? Okay, so this tells me the percent. And I set this up, and I put these little columns here because it says, what is 25% of 80? 25% of 80. And then underneath it I put, whenever you say something is, it's equal. Whenever you say something is of, it's times. 25% times 80. All right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 25% times it, 25% times 80, and that will get what part I have. Now, what I like to do, 25%, take this over, 1, 2, so now I have 0.25, that's a mess. Okay, 25 times 80. I could do that longhand, or I can get my handy dandy calculator out. 0.25 times 80 equals 20. So 20 is 25% of 80. Okay? I'm using the chart. Now, with this chart, I might have the part, I might have the total, but I don't have the percent. I don't know what 40 is of 50. 40 is something of 50, some percent. I don't know. This is my part, right here. This is my total or whole. I set it up as a fraction. Remember when you have part and whole? Put the line here. Numerator is the part, 40. Denominator is the total. Okay? Now, I have this in a fraction. I can easily make this into a decimal. Then I can turn that into a percent. Okay? So let's do it. 40 divided by 50 equals 0.8. Now, I want to put that into a percent because that's what I need. So I go over to 1, 2. I need a 0 right here because I had a space. And then I can get rid of this. So it is 80%. Now, if I want to check it, I can go, this 80% times 50 should equal 40. So I go, 80% is 0.80. 0.80 times 50, it equals 40. Okay, we're good. Now, this is the most challenging, where it says 30 is 40% of what number? Okay, so I need to know what the total is. I got the part, okay? So it's 40% times something is going to get me this 30. All right, so when you're timesing here, and this one, you got to divide it, okay? So I take this 40%, I take my part, because my part's on top, and I have 40%. I'm going to divide it by 40%, but I'm going to make it into a decimal, okay? So it's going to be 0.40. 30 divided by 0.40. It looks kind of funny, but you can do it on your calculator. You could also do it longhand. You know how to move the decimal over. So I'm going to do it on my calculator. 30 divided by 0.40 equals 30 divided by 0.40 equals 75. Okay? Now, I want to check it. I want to go this way. 40% times 75. So I do 40%, which is 0.40, times 75 equals 30. Okay? We're good to go. Okay, so take this, when you need to find this number here, you take this 40%. You take your part divided by 40% and get that. Okay? 30 is 40% of 75. Okay? I like the chart. I'm a chart guy. I do the table or chart for decimal, percent, and fraction. I do it here. And I read the problem carefully, and I think, okay, do I have the total? Like I have a CD collection of 80 CDs. 25% of them are rock. What is my part? So then I know I have this, I need to find out this. Or if it says like 30 is 40% of a number, then I have these two numbers, got to figure that out. Okay. All right. You can use this this little video, take notes on it, watch it a couple times if you need to. Use the charts and keep calm and do math.